Hey folks, my name is Tatiana. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Ethereal Entertainer. Today I will be doing some astrological tarot readings for the month of December of 2022. Let's see how we're going to finish out the year. Let's see what we've got in store for this holiday season. So I'm going to be featuring this Modern Witch Tarot deck. Absolutely infatuated with this deck. It's available on Amazon if you feel drawn to this one. I will also be pulling a bonus oracle card for each astrological sign. This is the Rose Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. Super fond of this deck as well. I hope that you get as much enjoyment out of it as I do. I love the depictions in this deck. It is fantastic and so beautiful because I love roses. One of my favorite flowers, hands down. So I also have some beautiful bracelets made by yours truly from my Etsy shop, The Ethereal Construct. We have beautiful yellow and opalite colored glass beads with the evil eyes. These are available now, so feel free to check that out if you're wanting to get some gifts for yourself or some folks that you love for this holiday season. But yeah, let's get started. All right, Sagittarius, for your sun placement, we have the Seven of Pentacles. For your moon placement, we have the Two of Wands in the reverse position. And then for your rising placement, we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. And for your oracle card for the month of December, my bad, we have the Bud. This is a beautiful card. I love this deck so much. But yeah, so we're going to get into what these cards mean, so stay tuned. Okay, Sagittarius, so for your sun card, we have the Seven of Pentacles. This is a card about seeing results, seeing a return on your investment in some situation or circumstance. You may have been working on something throughout this year and you're seeing things coming into fruition for you and coming into the material realm, and you're feeling good about it. You're feeling proud of yourself, and you should. You earned that. That is wonderful, and I'm so glad to see this card for you. Very happy for you. This is great energy. So this may have to do with, work, having to do with our career, and maybe we've been working on developing a new skill and we're finally able to apply it and we're seeing results for ourselves and in our work. Maybe this has to do with a relationship, whether it be family, friend, romantic. This could be you've been working at a relationship for an extended amount of time and you're seeing things are starting to look like smooth sailing. Y'all are getting along very well. Y'all are seeing eye to eye, you're communicating well, and you're seeing the relationship flourish. You're starting to see it bloom for you. So this is a really, really positive card. This is very positive news. And I hope that you are willing to allow yourself to enjoy this. Allow yourself to reap the rewards of the work that you've put in for this. You obviously had to endure in order to get here, right? When you see flowers bloom, you're not looking at what comes into making that bloom happen. When you're the gardener, you have to plant the seeds. You have to make sure that they're watered. You have to make sure that they're growing up healthily, that they're fertilized, that the birds aren't coming and plucking the little leaves off of them as they begin to germinate. There is a lot that goes into what we see in the present moment when we see a bloom, when we see a flower, when we see anything that is, beautiful and outwardly flowing and blossoming. So good on you, Sagittarius. I really love that for you. That's really great energy. Okay, so we're going to move on to our moon placement for you, Sagittarius. We have the two of Wands in reverse. I'm seeing swords for some reason. Two of Wands. So this has to do with our decision-making process, right? So having to make plans and having to figure out where we're going with our plans, where we're going with ourselves, what do we want, right? But when we see this in reverse, we may not be planning as much as we should. Maybe we're not, ready to make a decision. We're afraid to make a decision, and Remember the wands? Wands think magic, think our ability to create, our ability to manifest things, to bring things into the material realm. This has to do with our will, with our drive, with our motivation. So when you see the Two of Wands in reverse, you might be struggling in that department right now. You may be, I don't know which decision is the right decision. I don't know which way to go. I don't know what is up, and it can be overwhelming. It can be very scary. You're like, this is something that's going to change my life. I don't want to make the wrong decision. And then I get down the line and I can't take it back. The thing is that moving in a place of fear like that is not going to be productive for you. It is definitely not going to help your circumstances. So what you want to do is detach yourself from those feelings of fear and anxiety and, possible regret, and come back to your heart about the situation. Come back to how you feel. Come back to what is going to bring you the most satisfaction in your life. What moves you? What brings you passion? What makes you feel good? That is how you should be navigating this situation. In the Two of Wands, in the upright position, you are navigating from a place of positivity. You're navigating from a place of confidence, from a place of passion. And when the Two of Wands is in this position, you're not necessarily moving in alignment with yourself and your views. Moving from a place of fear and anxiety and possible resentment is not a productive place to be coming from. So we definitely want to reflect on how we're feeling and what we're thinking about, and then also be willing to come back to our heart about it. Come back to how we really feel, where our passion really lies. What do we want to see come into fruition for ourselves? What is our dream? What does your dream look like? That's where you should be coming from. So, and in a different aspect, this might have to do with, you have goals, you have things that you want to do, but it's not necessarily about the outward, it's more inward. Maybe you are starting to realize that part of the process of making those decisions and making those life choices is setting personal goals for yourself. Maybe you've come to the realization that you know what you want. You know where you want to go. You know what direction you're headed in. But you feel you need to prepare yourself in order to embark on that journey. And that is very great self-awareness, honestly. That's impressive. So definitely listen to yourself if that's how you feel. Be willing to put yourself out there to find the information that you think you need, whether it be self-help, whether it be therapy, whether it be, finding a mentor, a teacher, someone to help you, navigate this journey, this self-learning, self-helping journey for yourself, so that you can have and do and be whatever it is that you want. Now, moving on to the rising placement for you, Sagittarius, we have the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is about that initial budding energy of, I want to do something. I have an idea. I have this passion in me that I want to act on. But when you see the Ace of Wands in this reverse position, you may be feeling a bit apprehensive about moving forward. Maybe it's because you're afraid, you have that fear of, can I do this? Can I make this happen? Is it worth it? Is this worth acting on? I don't know. I don't feel like this is a good idea. Is this gonna work for me? That's this kind of energy. You're unsure about where to go and what direction to take and how to do it, which understandably is scary and frustrating at the same time, because you're like, ugh, I want to do something, but I don't know what to do. I don't know how to begin. Or I want to do something, but I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if it's worth it. I understand completely that energy. But again, going back to the Two of Wands, because, these are in the same suit. We're talking about the same type of feelings and emotions and the same type of subject here. It's all about taking it inward and coming back to your heart, coming back to your passion, and moving away from those fears and anxieties and quieting those and listening to your passion. That is where the right answer is going to come from. That's where the right movement is going to come from. That's where the creation and the manifestation is going to come from. Not from fear and anxiety and apprehension. That is not going to be productive for you. So you definitely want to ensure that when you make that decision, when you make that move, it's not coming from a place of fear. It's not coming from a place of, oh, I really got a lot going on in my life right now, and I really need to make all these things happen. So let me hurry up and get this done so that I can have these results really quick, really fast. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. You definitely need to be invested, because what we're talking about is something that means something to you. This means something to you. This is not a quick fix. This is not a quick, let me just hop on this really fast and, ride a trend, ride a wave type of thing. No, this is something that you really feel passionate about. That's why it's showing up in this suit. It's showing up in the wands. You feel something about this. You feel a type of way. And you want to do it right? You want to do it in a good way, not in a rushed or scared or anxious type of way, because that's not going to give you the results that you want. So maybe also too, in a different aspect, you may be thinking about an idea and it's like, it's just starting to come up. It's just starting to bud for you. You're just like, I don't know, maybe this would be a good thing. Maybe this would be pretty cool for me. That could be this kind of energy too. And again, it's just in the preliminary, early, gestational type phase. Give it time. Allow yourself to chew on it a little bit, ruminate over it, and put more thought and more energy into it. So that way, when you act on it, you don't want to come from rushing it. You want to come from, you've put thought and time and energy and love into it. And now you really know what you want to do and where you want to go. So this is really cool because these are like all cards that really coincide with each other in different ways. You're all in the same journey, but just different, different phases of that journey, so to speak. It's really cool. These are really aligning. I love that. It's really cool. So we're going to move on to the oracle card that we have here. It is the bud. So I'm just going to go ahead and read the description that comes in the booklet. And it also comes with a soul inquiry or rose transmission, things like that are really cool. So I'm going to read that to you as well. The bud. Potential, promise, it's about to happen. Keep going. A bud is an embryonic swelling in the stem of the rose that has the potential to develop into a flower, leaf, or shoot. In temperate climates, plants form resting buds that are resistant to the brutal frost. The bud is the promise of what's to come. It's the physical manifestation of the seeds that we've been holding deep in the earth, nurturing and dreaming through the fertile void of winter. Now, we find ourselves in the inner season of spring, and the bud is beginning to realize what it was always destined to be, but it still requires tending in order to bloom one day soon. This is a card of encouragement, potential, excitement, and hope. It invites you to keep facing your true north and show up for what you're being called to create. Your effort has not gone unnoticed. Keep going. Someday soon, you'll begin to see this beautiful creation in the world. The bud is connected with spring, the time when the upward energy of life is bursting on through. You may be seeing the first signs that things are beginning to come together. If you've been working on a project or have been dedicating yourself to ushering in some change in your life, you are being called to keep going and trust that what you've been working toward is happening. Keep tending your garden, and before long, the bud will begin to unfold and bloom. Soul inquiry. What new buds are beckoning to bloom within you? And I feel like that definitely coincides with these 3 tarot cards that I pulled for you, Sagittarius. I hope that this reading resonates with you, that you were able to get something positive and motivating from it, and that you have a wonderful December, the happiest of holidays, and that you spend it with the people that you love and care about. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope to see you back really soon. Please hit that subscribe button and notification bell so that we can come back and do it again in January of 2023. Love you. Bye.